what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be unboxing the Sega Genesis Mini 2. Now I'm super excited to go ahead and get this on the channel for you guys. I could not wait for this to come in. I pre-ordered this back as soon as it announced, like what, a few months ago? I can't remember the exact date, but when I saw it, I had to have it. Now I believe this retailed for around, I think like $100 or so. And I think with shipping, it might have been like $120. I can't remember exactly, but it was a little bit pricier than the other consoles, like the Sega Genesis Mini 1, the SNES, and the NES Classic. So just wanted to mention that. But as you can see here, y'all, you got that classic Sega Genesis 2 model box, man. I love this kind of red text on the side, Sega branding all over it. Brilliant 16-bit graphics, of course, all that stuff, man. And down here it says the package includes, the console, of course, one wired control pad, USB power adapter, power cable, and HDMI cable. Now, I want to reiterate, only one controller in this one, and it is the 6-button controller instead of the, typical 3-button Genesis controller. I wish it would have came with two controllers. I mean, it was like $100 or so. It seems like they would have went ahead and, given us 2 controllers, but I guess it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get to the unboxing, okay? Well, before that, let's actually take a look at the back. As you can see there are some of the games here. You got Afterburner 2, Clay Fighter, Earthworm Jim 2, Fatal Fury 2, Golden Axe 2, just a few, to name a few there. You also got, let's see, Sonic 3D Blast, Streets of Rage 3, Super Hang-On, a lot of different things. It even includes several Sega CD games as well, which is a nice touch. So, all right. On top, as soon as you open it here, you've got the power cable, it looks like, I believe. Yeah, power cable there. It is Sega branded as well. You can see there. Okay. All right. All right, next up, we've got the HDMI cable. Now, this is not Sega branded, but nice that they include one. And what is this here? I believe this is the controller. We're gonna take a look at that really quick. Go ahead and get this out. Oh yeah, that's nice right there. That is super nice. It feels pretty much just like what I remember the original to feel like. Now I do have a 6-button controller as well as a original Sega Genesis Model 2 somewhere, but I didn't feel like getting it out of the box and all that stuff. But it is pretty nice. Glad to see this 6-button controller. Like I said, I wish there would have been an extra controller, so 2 controllers in this package, but we only get 1. So this is really nice. Just really glad to see they do this here. Nice recreation of, classic console. Okay, and lastly, what we're here for. The Sega Genesis Mini 2. Oh my goodness, y'all. Now, I've seen quite a few videos online. Oh, wait, forgot one thing in here. The power brick. Okay, anyway. Now, I've seen quite a few videos online. I'm gonna go and get this box out of the way. And they all iterate how small it is. Now, I do not think you understand how small this is until you get it in. Now, for example, in the palm of my hand, like that is just like super small. I also had the Sega Genesis Model 1 here as well. Take a look at that. I mean, there's a comparison for you. This is obviously a little bit wider, but take a look at that. I mean, the Genesis 2 is even smaller than the Genesis 1. It's crazy. And for comparison's sake, here we're gonna bring back the controller for a second. The controller is wider than the actual console. That's crazy. And for those who may not have a Genesis controller or anything, I also have like, let's see, a couple other, I got an Xbox controller here that I could actually maybe show you there. So there's that. I mean, it's right up, the Xbox controller is slightly bigger, but just for comparison's sake, man, I'm gonna bring the box back into this picture now because I do have the Genesis 1 box right over here, and I just wanted to kind of show it to you to compare that. So here's the Genesis 1 box. Okay. All right, and the Genesis 2 box. I mean, come on now, look at that. It is way smaller. Like When I got the package in, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is just like super small. But it is a mini console, so there's that. Okay, back to the console, man. I'm just so glad to actually have this now, man. I was just like, when I ordered it, I couldn't wait for it to come in. But it looks pretty much exactly like I remember the Genesis Model 2 looking. Now, I did not own the Genesis Model 2 as a child. My cousin actually had one. I actually had this one. I had the original model here with the headphone jack and all that, the Genesis 1 model. And I still actually have my original console too. The one that I actually had as a child. It still works, everything works fine. These machines are like, you know, they're really, you know, they last a long time. So this is actually, I do have one of these that I picked up like on that, I can't remember, I think it was on eBay or maybe it was from Goodwill, I can't remember, but I do have a Genesis 2 in the complete box and everything, and maybe I'll do a review on the channel for that. But I just never owned this particular model as a kid. But I do remember it. So you have the cartridge slot here. That's, you know, nice. The Genesis text, the Sega logo, all of this, the rendition actually looks pretty much spot on as it did on the original model. You got the reset button here. And then in the middle, there used to be a red light to indicate whenever the power was on. See here, you got a slide power button. And it's like a little red indicator that lets you know that the power is on. It's not an indicator, but it's more like a little red, it looks like a little red piece, a sticker or something there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But on the original Genesis Model 2, this power button was not a slide switch. It was actually just a button like this that you press. So it looked just like the reset button, but it was a power button that you press and a red light would come on to let you know that the console is on. On the front, you've got two USB ports right there for your controllers. And on the back, you can see the HDMI out port and the power port right there. So, very, very glad to have this, y'all. Just wanted to get it on the channel and let you guys know, get a look at it. I'm probably gonna try to hook this up and maybe play a couple games, give you my thoughts on the system. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, guys, so here we have it. This is the Genesis Mini 2 homepage. Really liking the UI so far, man. Let's just take a look at some of the settings really quick before we get into the game, man. In the top right corner, you can see you can organize the games. Right now, it's organized alphabetically from A to Z. Hold on, screen saver, there we go. Yes, organized from A to Z right now. So if you press the Y or Z button on the controller, you can go from Z to A. You can organize by genre, number of players, Sega CD games first, which is pretty nice. Recently played, release date, interesting. We're gonna look here really quick because I think there's supposed to be some new games. This the oldest, yeah. Yeah, release year 2022. Because I think I remember I was watching a video or something. I think there's supposed to be some new ones up here. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. And let's go back here. No. CDs first. We're going to go alphabetically. Just want to walk through those different ways you could sort the games. Okay. So you got Afterburner 2 here. Let's find a game. We're gonna jump right into it. I'm not gonna do a whole long like game review or anything, but I'm just gonna play a couple games. One of my favorites, man, I've always liked Desert Strike. Now, when I was a kid, I used to play another game called Jungle Strike. And I think I actually have one of these, the original copies, but let's jump right into this and try it out. It's like a helicopter game. You have to pick up fuel, save people and stuff like that. I just always thought it was a pretty cool game. Notice the actual background on the sides of the actual game and whatnot. That's pretty cool. I think you can change that as well, and we'll walk through it and all that stuff a little bit later. All right. Desert Strike. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Listen up, pilots. All right, let's see here. Come on, let's get through this. Just want to play just a couple seconds here, a minute or so, and just show y'all what it's like. It's actually a pretty good game. If I can remember how to take off here. Oh, directional pad. Oh, this is not starting off well. Hold on. It's been a long time, y'all. There we go. Okay. If I remember correctly, the map, where's land? Okay, there we go. So you can see you have like your field on the left, your armor and all that type of stuff, how many lives you have. Pretty cool game. And you go to these different locations on the map. You have to save people and pick up fuel when you run out. So I just always kind of like this. We're going to go towards this way. I feel like it's somewhere over here. Hopefully. All right, weapon. Oh, I shot my rockets. Oh, someone's shooting. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, that I forgot. See the little guy right there? Took him down. Y'all see it. I've been using all my rockets, man. There's another person. Ah. Got him. Oh, no. Got him. Now, I think you can take these buildings down, too. Let's see. Yep. It's coming back to me, y'all. I remember it. Oh, see, there's a hostage, I believe. Can pick him up. See that? Let the ladder down, pick him up. All right. My work is done here. Take out this area. Stop shooting me, man. Oh, hold on. I'm taking a few. Let's see what my armor is. 550. Not bad. Looks like this is more missiles or rockets or something. All right. Fly over here. Okay, but that's, that's Desert Strike. So I just wanted to show you all that. Let's get back to the main menu. You can reset the game. You got save and load options here, which are always nice because back in the day, you couldn't really do that for a lot of games. So return to the main menu. Let's go. Okay, what else do we have here? Got Echo the Dolphin. Fatal Fury 2, Earthworm Jim 2. Let's fire up Earthworm Jim real quick. I remember playing these games back in the day. So far, everything's running pretty well. No issues at all there. Okay. Oh, man. Oh. Forgot how to play this time. Oh. I miss these days of gaming, though. I gotta be honest. Just so much fun back then. Games were a little harder. You couldn't save games, so you had to kind of sit there and just play through it, Try to get through it. A lot of games I never finished. So now, hopefully, with all the save points and stuff we have now. Oh, wait a minute. Come on. Okay. Well, that's enough of that. I don't know what I'm doing there. We'll go back. Fatal Fury 2, that was another one, man. That was a pretty popular game back in the day. A lot of games on this console, man. I got into, I still have a lot of my old Sega Genesis. I got my original Sega Genesis, and I started like picking up games a few years ago, and I kind of recently got back into trying to collect some of those things. But after a while, you realize some of these games are really expensive, or, they're just kind of hard to come by, and it's like sometimes it's much easier just to play it on something like this, you know. So I'm glad when they really actually, you know, bring out an official mini console with all the games. So it's always nice to have that. Outrun, Phantasy Star 2. Let's see, what else should we play here? Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic CD. Let's run through. We gotta run through Sonic, right? You got the EU version here. Okay, that's nice. Go with the US version. Sonic's classic. Man, I can remember like being a kid and going into like Sears, the department store, and just playing Sonic for like, you know, while my mama was shopping and whatnot. This is back like I was, you know, this is back in the day when like they had gaming systems in most of the stores, like kiosk, and you could just go in there and play it. Those were the good old days, man. Yep, just standing at the kiosk in Sears and just playing Sonic. Now this I remember how to play. Everybody knows how to play this, right? Oh, gotta be more careful. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys' favorite Sonic is. I can remember on Christmas actually getting Sonic 2. I think I got the Sega Genesis at the time on Christmas too. I vividly remember getting Sonic 2. I think it was like a bundle or something. But I have to say, I really like Sonic 3 when they introduced Tails in the game. You could fly and all that stuff. That's one of my favorites. I really, really hope that Sega actually ends up releasing a Dreamcast Mini. That console is one of my favorite consoles of all time. And even a Sega Saturn Mini too. I had both of those consoles back when I was a kid. Recently picked up both of those too, because I was trying to build my collection again. But I beat the first stage, so that's that, y'all. Sonic CD, just wanted to show it to you. Like I said, just going through a few games. Might actually save that one. Cool. All right, return to the main menu. Yes. Okay. Now, Streets of Rage 3, Street Fighter 2, Shinobi, man, that was the game right there. Let's go and check out Streets of Rage 3. Now, I also had, my favorite, I had Streets of Rage 2 on Genesis back in the day. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I actually still have my original Genesis Model 1 that I used to play all that on. I love, that's one of my favorite consoles of all time. Who was it? Alex? Yeah, Axel. Okay. Blaze was in, I think she was in 2. I can't remember. I know this guy wasn't. I don't recall him in. But Skate. I got to roll with Skate. I usually get Axel or Skate. I'm going to roll with Skate this time. Let's go. Oh, man. Hold up. There we go. Man. He's swinging off on him. Hold on. Get back. The controller feels nice in hand, too. I really like this. Let me know in the comments if y'all pick one of these up or you're planning on picking one up. Like I said, I believe, and I think I'm right, they only released on Amazon.com. And at one point they did sell out of pre-orders, but when I checked like a day or two ago, well, the last time I checked, they had system still you could purchase. So if you want one, you better get it now, because you know these types of things are kind of hard to find, and I'm not sure how many they made, but okay, that's enough of that. That's Streets of Rage 3. Okay, let's see here. Any other games I want to play here? Street Fighter 2, that's another classic. A lot of these games I haven't played though, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at some of the settings too while we're here. In the top left, you can see press X, go to settings. Please read, that's like warning. Looks like you have some manuals here too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Different languages, game settings, screen settings. Oh, you can change the screen. Let's confirm. To widescreen, I don't know how that's gonna look, but you know, I'll try it. I'll put it on wide and then we'll go play maybe Street Fighter or something. Sound setting. Oh, this is a good example. So basically, the Genesis Model 1, which is on the left, they give you two options to choose from. So here's what the Genesis 1 sounds like. You let me know what you think. All right, and the Genesis Model 2. So the Model 2 was supposed to have a better sound. And if you listen, you can tell that it's not as muffled as the Genesis Model 1. Slight difference, but you can tell. I'll leave it on 2 since we are on the Genesis Model 2. Yeah, there we go. Mode button setting. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention earlier. There's a mode button on the where like right button would be on most of your modern controllers. There's a button called mode on this controller that allows you to bring up like the menu to go back to the home screen that you guys were seeing me navigate to earlier. Okay. Set to factory. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Anything else here? Let's see. Let's go play Street Fighter real quick. I did put it on widescreen. Street Fighter 2. There we go. Okay, Ryu. I used to play this game so much back in the day. Okay. It looks okay. It looks a little bit better. I'm playing on like a 4K monitor now. I know it's not in 4K, but it looks slightly more pixelated on my screen, but it's not bad. Who am I gonna go with here? I always get Ryu. I don't know why Oh, I took too long. Let's go then. It don't matter. Let's go. Nah, I haven't played in a long time, y'all. Don't run from it. Come on now. Yep. Yep. Oh, nah, you trying to... Nope. Come on. It's been too long. Oh, caught you. Oh, no, you ain't about to just sit there and do that the whole time. Nah. I'm tired of this. Got you in the corner. There you go. All right, guys. Well, that's Street Fighter 2, man. Just wanted to show y'all a few games up here, man. Let's go back to the main menu again. Oh, I forgot to show you the different like backgrounds. So we have Sega World up here right now. So let's just take a quick look. Toggle display. Oh, the display as well. If you press B on the controller, you can go from like just looking at the front, you know, the cover of the games to actually having a side view of all the games there, which is kind of cool because you can view them all at once. That's nice. Okay, now where are those settings for the background? I did want to show you that. Wallpaper settings. Okay, there we go. Sega World. I don't know what this one is. Oh, just that on the sides. That's not bad. Just a black background. Okay. That one's cool. The little diagram of the console and everything. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Okay. Now I believe that's about all, guys, for the Genesis Mini 2. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Did you pick one up? I appreciate everyone for watching. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Again, thank you, and I will see you all in the next video.